It's a very unfortunate situation going on, gentlemen and a lady, because I do have one that watches me. Uh, Little shuffling of the cars. Getting ready to do a final startup on the IROC. I've already driven it over to the lift. Sans headers, so I'm going to wait for somebody to show up because I know it's about to have a couple of people in here. But, well, hang on a second. We got to put a stop to the music because that's going to be a big problem for the old YouTube. Why it starts doing that, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, you guys thought I was kidding, but she's coming out. I actually would love to have this engine out here tonight, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that today or not. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, shuffle the cars around. Got the 49 over here in the, well, normally what parks over here is done and no work. I call that the wiring bay. But that car is done, so I'm going to move it over here. Put the 49 there with the power roll-up door. It'd be more convenient to get it in and out anyway. And looks like the IROC's going to be on the lift for a couple of days. And then, if my tractor was in the tractor barn, I would have put the S10 in here and grabbed the engine out of it tonight. But problem is, I have the tractor in the trailer because of the fire prep stuff we were doing a couple weeks ago. And I didn't drive here in my truck, so I can't move the trailer out to get the tractor out. I need to definitely take the truck up here next time. But, all right, we got a couple people in here. So here's the story. There is a story, and it sucks. So, you know, I had these things. They went to a machinist, friend of a friend, and they came back with these strange color things going on. And I realize now exactly what it is because I recognize that from the GTR rotors that got scorched. So he told me he might use a sander and he might use a mill depending on what he could do to get this thing mocked up in it. Obviously he went for the sander, and while he got these very smooth, I mean they are straight, very straight, no problems there at all. Problem being that not only did these get heated, but they got heated unevenly because of the highs and lows. And it turns out that the flanges are now warped in this direction so that I can't bolt them on. You can kind of see that right here. I'll leave this video up so you guys that get here late can come back and look at this. But we line this bolt up with the very bottom edge right there, and we bring this one to the very bottom edge. And then make sure the other one's still at the bottom. Okay, so we're at the bottom edge, right at the edge. Same thing over here, right at the edge. Well, shoot, hang on a minute. It's very hard to do this with one hand, I can tell you that much. Trying again. All right, so lined up, lined up. Dang it. All right, still lined up more or less, but look at this, look at the middle ones. And this is the good one. The bad one, unfortunately, is really bad. Let's see if we can do this one real quick, and then we'll get to the real story, which is getting the IROC started up one last time. Anyway, if we line this up with the end, with both ends, if I had my camera, I would have just made a separate video for this, but I don't have it up here. So anyway, that's roughly lined up. And so you see in the middle, we have the same problem. So basically what happened is when they were sanding these down to where they were smooth, where they were flat to the head, unfortunately it put heat into these areas and it caused these areas here to warp upward. Actually, it warped downward on this one. This is a downturn header. So somehow the heat went into these tubes and it pulled these down, probably because they're longer. And then on the other header, it did the same thing. It followed the direction of the tubing, which goes up on the other header. So that's the story. Unfortunately, the headers are, I'm sure they can be straightened out by somebody, but that is the straw, the final straw, because I actually thought I was going to get the headers to go on here. I actually came over a little bit earlier and did a little bit of a neat little modification for the bolts. It didn't work out so good. So what are we doing here? We are about to start this car up for the very last time. And then after that, next time I come up here, I'll definitely be pulling it out. I don't know how much I'll get done tonight because I'm kind of worn out, but we're going to start it up, see what it sounds like. Probably put a bunch of fumes in here, and that'll probably demotivate me from starting work. Let's see if she'll start up. Of course, I already know that she will because I just drove it in here. Yeah, she's not happy with that O2 sensor not working. It's definitely rich. Probably cooking out my air conditioner box there pretty good. But, you know, there's just certain things you have to do in life. But that's it. Hey, we got to see some fire on all 8 cylinders. That was it. So if you want to see the final start, you're going to have to rewind because I am not going to subject my air conditioner box to any further fire after that. Man, that's crazy how long those flames were. Holy moly. It's, you know, I never finished tuning it, so really it's not a shocker. Basically got this thing, you know, drivable and was working on the tuning, and the backfire situation happened. And then I repaired it, and the same thing happened again, and that's how we ended up where the car parked 3 years ago. And hurricanes and all kinds of other good stuff. But long story short, the curse continues with the headers being unfortunately warped by the flattening process. And hey, it didn't cost me anything. It just cost me a set of headers. No big deal, right? But nothing in life costs so much as that which is free. Just remember that, guys. I didn't ask for it to be free. I never asked what the price was. I just said, sure, if he's good, let him do it. And he did it. And he got them flat. Just at the cost of, unfortunately, a set of headers that I guess they can be warped. But again, with all the things we've been through with this car, and you guys know very well, this car is absolutely, it's just a nightmare for me on everything that we do. It pushes back. So, you know, we're going to see if it's the engine itself, because this engine has a certain history and story as well, that basically it wasn't, how can I say it? We bought a car and this engine was in it, and the car was going to be for my wife, and a few months later we're divorced. So, you know, I don't know, maybe this is a cursed engine, and maybe, you know, it being gone is going to be the best thing in the world. Who knows? Anyway, there's got to be a curse. There's got to be one. So that's it, guys. I guess I'm going to shut her down. Thanks for stopping in, and we'll have more videos soon.